currently I'm working on the suspension, trying to rip the old one out. Already gotten rid of those 4 bolts. Also here on the top I've removed them. I got this one, which is a little bit stubborn, that kind of won't come out. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Just thought I'd show you a little bit of the car and show you how to rip out the old suspension. So like I said, you have the shock tower, so we have these 1, 2, 3 nuts right here that you need to remove, and then you have 2 over here, and you got those 4 bolts that are already taken out, and you have 1 over here and 1 over here. And then on the inside of the engine bay, you can see there's 1 over here and 1 down there. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I hope that I can pull the spring out without a spring compressor. That would be really nice if that would work. I don't know, I'm just gonna try it out, and yeah, we'll see. Okay, so quick little update. I managed to get those 2 bolts in the back out, and I got this loose, as you can see, and I'm gonna replace the entire suspension, so I don't care if I break something. I'm just trying to rip it out with force, I guess. One problem I also have is this little nut right here, because the fastener itself turns with the nut, and as you can see down here, I don't know if you can see that, but that right there, up there, that is the bolt, and it's turning when I'm turning the nut, which kind of sucks. That's not good. So I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna wiggle it around, hit it with a hammer, and just see what happens. It's my first time doing this kind of stuff. It's my first time restoring a car completely. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I think I just made it worse. I hit this bushing with a hammer, and it slipped down like that. Now it's over here. And I can't get it off at all. Good stuff. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. This is kind of annoying. I wanted to twist it so I can just lower it through this opening here, but that didn't work. It moved a lot easier than I thought it would, and now it's down here, and I have to get it back up here, and I don't know how the fuck to do that. That sucks. Alright, so I'm gonna worry about this later. I might just cut it with an angle grinder or something, I don't know. So I'll just leave this. I'm gonna focus on the lower part here now. I'm gonna focus on the lower part here now. I'm probably just gonna cut the brake hose because that needs to be replaced. And I mean, look at these nuts. They're just... I don't know how to grip those. I mean, look at all that dirt and grime and... Jesus, that is disgusting. So I'm gonna take off the steering rack or whatever this is called, sway bar, this, whatever this is, I don't know how to call that, and then the lower control arm, which is mounted down here, and then that part of the suspension should come off. Should. That's a very important note. It should come out. Alright, so now I'm working on this nut here from the steering, and that one, it has a little cotter pin in it, but I tried to get it off or to get it out, but it was just stuck. It's probably rusted in there. No chance to get that out. So I just broke it off with the wrench. So it just twisted the castle nut with the wrench. It just broke it. It's gonna be replaced, so it doesn't matter. So I'm working on that, and then I'm going to probably do the same thing over here. Although I don't know what that is. That little rod, or I don't know. Okay, let's figure that out. and then I'm probably gonna work on the sway bar and this stabilizer bar. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. The previous owner of the car did work a little bit on the car, but they didn't really do a very professional job. And this is one example. This is a castle nut, and there's supposed to be a counter pin in there, just like with the one back here. And apparently this has been replaced in the past, probably. And I was wondering what this rod is, as I told you earlier. Turns out that's a freaking nail. They just hammered a nail in there. I don't know if you can see that, but that down there, that's a nail. And they just hammered that through there. That is crazy. Okay, so that was a little bit annoying. I managed to get that stabilizer bar off. That was fairly simple. The first bolt was a little bit stubborn, but the second one was pretty easy to remove. But the sway bar was insanely rusted. Like, where is it? Like this shaft here, that was through the little control arm and through all the bushings of the sway bar. It was so hard to remove. Like, that was crazy. Even the impact gun struggled. So, but yeah, it's off. I did it. Now I just gotta find a way to disconnect the spindle from the steering. That's probably pretty rusted in there. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. And I think the only thing left now from the suspension is this giant bolt down here, which has a nut here on the other side. Down here, I don't know if you can see that, but looks like that engine crossmember might be a little bit in the way, so we'll see about that and see how well that goes. Then that's done, and then I still gotta figure out how to remove this, because like I said earlier, I've put myself in a little bit of a situation over here. So yeah, let's find out. Okay, so I don't know whose idea it was to insert this bolt from the lower control arm from this side rather than from this side, because I just hammered the bolt through and now it's hitting the engine cross member. So I have to take out the engine cross member before I can take this bolt off. So that's fun. Alright, so I finally got the lower part of the suspension out with the drum brakes and everything. Yeah, it went kind of as I expected. A bunch of rusty bolts start to come off, but with the right tools and a little bit of elbow grease, you can easily get them out. It just takes a little time. Here the steering was kind of tough to remove. I just hit it with a hammer a bunch of times and it eventually came loose, so no biggie there. And now I still have to figure out how I'm gonna remove this spring, because I was an idiot and I hit it with a hammer and now it looks like that. And it's not supposed to look like that. So yeah, I'll come back to you when I figure this out. After another hour of work, I think I finally got the spring out with the control arm and the shock. It was a challenge, and I definitely did it the absolute wrong way. What I'm about to tell you is very wrong. Don't do this. It's dangerous and it's very stupid. What I did, if you look at the shock, I simply cut the shock. I got a saw and just cut it. I can show you the other piece. I think it's up here somewhere. Oh no, it's in here. Look, this is the upper piece of the shock. and I simply just cut it with a saw, and it launched a spring against that door. Yeah, it's like I said, the wrong way of doing things, but I didn't want to spend like $80 on a spring compressor. All this has to be replaced anyway. I mean, look at it. So this was the way of doing it. I've already done the other side, so the suspension is completely out. It's not too complicated, it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease and a lot of WD-40 and then you can get it out. It's not very complicated technology. It's quite simple, and I think anyone can get it done. So yeah, thanks for watching.